It is said that everyone in life has a purpose. Some say that purpose comes from your family or those who have influenced your life. Others may say it comes from a particular event in your life. Still others claim that it is determined by some divine being or force out with the realms of human understanding. My life had been conditioned by such thinking, but is now liberated from such philosophical conclusions. A person other than yourself can be an influence, a great influence, but one's purpose cannot be made clear by the thoughts or plans of another. This, then, takes me to that special defining moment. The notion is a good one, but the logic fails. What may be of great impact at one stage in your life, such as your teenage love for example, may have little or no impact on your life upon reaching a deeper level of maturity. And what of religion and the unfathomable mystery of God? The Quran teaches that God is supreme. The Buddha teaches that there is no God, whilst the Bible teaches that God comes in 3 forms. Karl Marx once described religion as the opium of the people. Wise words indeed, but words that still indulge the need that some may have for a religion, albeit false. Trusting in a God creates a false hope and falsely led purpose. This God is unseen and is debated amongst the various believers and non-believers alike. The truth is this: we have no ultimate purpose, and we alone can set out our agenda in life. We are all here by chance or for reasons unknown to man. Instead of exploring the purpose of our being here and our purpose for living, consider every moment as your last and don't waste it on trivialities. In the Bible, for example, the Babylonian army rose up and defeated God's people in the time of rebellion against their great creator. Here we have an army that didn't squander its time and talents on nonsensical ideas or unknown purposes outwith the capabilities of man or realms of reality. Rather, an army that set out on a course of domination for centuries. They knew what they wanted, they set out on such a course, and they achieved their end. It didn't have to be like that, but they ensured their success. And yet, the term Babylon is deemed a symbol of confusion within the Bible. In reality, they were not in confusion. As for me, my actions are clear and certain. To the outside world, however, I am confused and psychotic. Every day, bombs are dropped, guns are fired, and blood is shed. We live in a world of mixed morality and differing views. Survival of the fittest. My philosophy is my own. My morality, unknown. Some may say I am different, but I am not different. I am exactly the same as everyone else. We are all unique and have our own do's and don'ts. I just won't be conditioned by the thoughts and views of others, or of unseen entities. My life is a call of Babylon, confusion to the outside world, certain and assured within. This was the successful balance of Babylon. This is my purpose as I look at the blank page which is before me. However, I am also unique, and this makes me powerful. I am my own boss, and I am a survivor. My life has been a success in the midst and even at the expense of other people's failures. I do not need to be defined by another or by the unknown. I am defined by myself and by what I can achieve. This is my purpose. It is my call. The call of Babylon.
Lisa, dinner.
Okay.
So you finally made it down, have you?
Yeah, sorry.
I wondered if you'd ever pull yourself away from this new boy.
Oh, who might this be?
Come on, Lisa. You must be able to tell us something about him. You're up till 12:30 on a school night yesterday.
Well, it's straight to bed with you after this, young lady.
Come on, Dad. It's not even 7.
This young man should be taking responsibility.
Oh, don't tease her, Stephen. Is he still at school?
Yeah, I mean, we've spent a lot of time together, but it's early days. I know how much of this family revolves around scraps of gossip.
Not really. But there's never anything going on with the rest of us.
You and Katie are at uni. There must be heaps happening.
Yeah, there is. That's half the problem with student life.
What about the Christian Union?
It's okay, but I haven't got to know many people yet.
Don't some of the folk from the CU go to your church?
Yeah, but they're already in groups.
Stephen, you should go. Give Katie someone to talk to until she gets to meet new people.
Well, great, so I'll be a buffer then.
No. You could meet some new faces too.
Mum, I'm already settled in the clubs I'm part of.
I know what clubs I'm joining when I go to uni.
Oh?
Something wrong?
Listen to you guys. Clubs is the extent of your excitement at uni. Boring.
Better boring than silly. Remember that. It was only last month you were given detention for disrupting an English class.
Hi. I'll be 2 minutes. I'm just going to sort my hair.
Okay. Hey, I'm Mark. Lisa's brother.
I'm John.
Someone at the door?
Yeah, it's John. We're just away at the cinema.
Cinema? I see. Better go and have a nice brotherly chat then.
Stephen, don't!
This is Stephen. Older brother. Stephen, this is John, Lisa's friend.
Aye. So I hear you're going to the cinema then.
That's right.
I hope your intentions are honourable, young man.
Of course.
So I'll take it you'll be looking for a nice comfortable seat in the middle of the cinema then.
What's going on?
John and I are just having a friendly chat.
Ignore him. It's just his attempt at the tough older brother routine. He isn't so tough. See? He's just a big wimp.
You're lucky I'm in a good mood, otherwise there'll be trouble.
Come on.
Be back by 10.
No wonder you're stressed out with uni, Katie. Having to do all that shopping.
Haha. Lorna and I are relaxing after handing in a 2,000-word essay on Monday.
You still picking me up later?
Yeah, back for tea. So how are you finding student life, Lauren?
It's alright, it's better in school.
Of course.
Yeah, I'd certainly be keen to hear more about it. Bible college has always interested me.
Lisa not back yet?
Back?
Yeah, she's been gone for 10 minutes.
Has she? Sorry, Pat. Stephen takes his duties as an older brother very seriously, especially when it's his little sister.
Miss Lisa.
So, where is she?
I don't know, but I haven't seen this leave her side before.
Hello? Help me! Hello? Is someone there?
Mark's back tomorrow.
So why are you so tense?
Stephen, again. I can tell my mum and dad aren't right. There's so much silence at home. It never used to be like this when Lisa was around. We're so close and happy.
Where have you been?
Out.
It's 11 o'clock. You said you'd be here for dinner.
Well, I thought I might be.
How irresponsible. You're 25 years old now. You should stick to what you say. You could have been lying in a ditch for all I know.
Mum, you said it yourself. I'm 25 years old. I'm a grown-up.
Grown up? You could have fooled me. You haven't even kept a job for a decent length of time since your graduation.
I don't need this.
Don't walk away. I'm talking to you.
Lana, listen, it's not about missing meals. It's about why you're missing meals.
I just want my boy back.
Yeah? Well, I want my mum and dad back. It's like a morgue when I come in here.
How are you today, Lisa?
I'm good, thank you.
Why have you used so much cheese for this?
Oh, the recipe said that was the amount.
The book is wrong. What are you doing?
I'm taking out some of the cheese.
Don't do that just now. That's a waste. I'm just here to make sure that you're as happy as you can be. Correction is part of that.
I know. Thank you.
I love you, Lisa. Well?
Where'd you get this? My cousin was in the area last week. He's a bit concerned about the number of competitors around here. Now you need to make sure the users aren't going to someone else for their latest fix.
Pete, people go to folks that know, and then their mates follow.
Then you need to make sure you are the ones they know. Instead of robbing the rich, why don't you exploit the needy? And there are plenty needy druggies around here.
All set?
Yep, just about.
I guess life at home's still the same?
To be honest, it's worse.
How long has it been since we all spent time together as a family? I thought I could cook for us tomorrow. Get us all together. It must have been over a year since we all sat down for it.
Sounds like a good idea. But I'm not sure your brother will be available.
Let me talk to Stephen.
You've got this all planned? Oh, Mark.
Now that's a decent one.
Yeah?
You can wear that for our next meal together. Okay, take it off. You'll need some rest now. Good night.
Good night.
Lisa, I thought you were going to sleep. What's this? I said, what's this?
It's a page from a Bible I found. I just wanted something to read.
Something to read? And you chose this rubbish?
Family meal?
Yeah.
Well, I didn't realise Caris was going to be here. Who's this drip?
That's David, Katie's boyfriend. They've been together a while now.
Have they?
Yeah. Come on, it'll be nice as all being together.
Yeah, spot the single round the table.
You do know I don't like hurting you, but it's for your good. We need discipline when we step out of line. It's the best way to learn. Or do you want to learn from scraps of a fictional farce? I've studied religion. Don't think I'm a novice to that filth. Don't you tell me that there's a God that's actually out there.
I'm sorry.
What?
I didn't mean to upset you. Please don't hurt me.
What's with the Bible pages anyway?
It's just I was brought up with the Bible, that's all.
And is what I have to offer you not a lot better than that?
Of course. Yeah.
Stick the kettle on. We'll need a quick nightcap after this. Go then.
So I waited for 3 hours and it lasted less than a minute.
Come on, Mark. That ride lasted well over a minute.
Well, you wouldn't get me going on a roller coaster.
Yeah? Why'd you get involved in our family then?
So, Caris, do you miss Mark as much as Ronald and I do when he's down in Glasgow?
Who do you think that is?
Sorry, I'm going to have to go. Something's come up.
Can't it wait? This is important to us.
What's the big deal? We've nearly finished the meal, and we've spent most of the evening speaking to the non-family members anyway.
You took your time.
Sorry. Family issues.
Right. George already inside.
That's the only price I can offer you.
This is a joke. You expect me to get 500 kilograms of heroin into Scotland for this?
Of course. With your track record and lack of history, this is more than a fair price.
I will not be made a fool of.
We'll give you some time to think about it.
That was a waste of time.
Oh no. I see what's required here. They think the new youngster's a soft touch. So we're gonna play hardball. It's the only way these big hitters get the message.
What do you have in mind?
This is a bit over the top.
You need to man up. We're going nowhere fast if we lie down to our rivals. We're doing what it takes. So, are you in? Get on the floor. Now. Now!
Are we sorted? Does that mean we can release the family?
What?
Well, if you've got your deal, surely we can let them go.
What do I look like? They aren't going anywhere. Once I get what I want, we kill that fodder. Not needed. Dead wood. People are soon gonna know what I'm about. Playing in the big leagues now. I certainly don't want any limp passengers on my team.
Can we talk? What's going on, man?
Not you as well.
Yeah, me as well. You think you'd listen if your whole family was worried?
Not my whole family.
Okay, not the whole family. But you and I used to be so close. We used to share everything.
Yeah, well, you moved forward. I didn't.
Sorry?
You've trusted in God. I've blamed him. I don't mean to say that to have a go. Like I say, I admire your faith. But me...
Tell me, who are you to blame God? Well, you say you've blamed God. A God that we believe to be our creator and the one that saved us from hell. The one who knows all things and that the Bible says loves us. Who are you to blame that God?
Who am I?
You are a sinner, just like me. We can't begin to fully comprehend the mysteries of this world, just like we can't begin to fully comprehend the greatness of a God who owns all of this. Picture it like this. The history of the world is like a 2-hour film, and God is the author. Every human being's life in that film lasts for less than a second. Who are we to question a God who sees the big picture when we see so little? This is why trust is such a massive word. Unfortunately for us, we have to trust when things get tough. Because this is a God who came to earth to suffer and die in a way we can't experience. Hold on to that truth. Not a misplaced self-righteousness that makes us think God is answerable to us, because he isn't. We are answerable to him. You are answerable to him. I don't know what you've been up to, but you can stop. You can get yourself sorted out. Trusting in God in good and bad is something we can actually do, not because we're being naive or living in denial, but because we can gaze upon him in a literal and perfect way.
I'm sorry. He was going to kill you. I can't let that happen.
You two are going to have heroin coming out your ears unless you get your act together.
We're on it.
Check this out.
Funny, you don't look like the sexy lingerie kind of guy.
That's none of your business.
In this neighbourhood, everything's our business.
I don't need your pity. Get out!
I honestly can't believe this.
I'm telling you, Mum, we'll see a change.
I was sceptical like you, but he was quite open and friendly with me.
We've all been hit hard with the mystery surrounding Lisa. We need to pray for him right now, Mum.
Pray. I haven't prayed in weeks. I've been too angry about all this that's happened to us. Everything just keeps piling up.
God's still with us.
I can certainly thank God for the way you've turned out, Mark. That's one blessing.
How are you today?
I'm fine. I'm always fine. Do you think a few yobs are going to get the better of me? I'm always in control. Don't let that little episode deceive you. I am in charge of you and of those little punks. They are going to learn just like you have learned. Why would I want to kiss you? Look at you. Disgusting.
You've got him trained. I'd be lucky if Mark got my jacket, let alone put it on.
So did you enjoy the service tonight, Stephen?
I did, yeah. Thanks for inviting me along.
Okay, Mark's texted me. He said his talk has run over. He's wondering if you can meet him in town, Stephen.
Okay, well, I'll need to go now. Will you guys be okay getting home?
Of course we will. Off you go.
My cousin was shot last night. And why do you think that is? George was gunned down by one of Raznik's men.
What? Why?
Don't be stupid, Stephen. As soon as you released the family, he wasn't just going to let sleeping dogs lie.
I'm sorry. Really, I am. It wasn't anything personal. I just can't get involved in this crime.
What? You think you can just walk away without a care?
I'm not the man George wants.
Clearly. But we can't forget all the hassle you've caused because of your crisis of conscience.
Come on, Pete. We've been through a lot. You don't want to shoot me.
Where's Plug?
Listen, man. I don't know what the problem is. We can sort this out.
The first thing that you need to understand, young man, is that in this situation, I am the boss. I am in charge. We will sort out what I deem necessary to sort out. Now, explain to me why you and your friends decided to throw your collective weight about at my expense a few nights ago.
What happened?
Don't you remember? Are you so used to beating up passers-by? This is quite shocking, but worse than that, it is foolish. Did you not legislate for the fact that a scarier group might emerge, or that a madman would seek his revenge?
Listen, please, I'm sorry. I can make up to you. What do you want?
What did I tell you? I will tell you what does and does not happen. I am in charge. Are you working for someone?
What?
If you speak English, My question can be grasped. I feel certain that you spent sufficient time in education to learn basic English. Now, who are you working for?
Nobody.
Nobody?
Well, yeah. We get some people that hire us, some drug pushers that get us to sort some people out. We buy and sell some hash and other bits and pieces.
I see. So you are at the bottom end of a criminal ladder.
I don't know. I just take what comes.
You haven't got the first idea what you're doing. You could be part of an organisation that abuses children or takes lives. Do you know? Do you care? Your life is a waste. Do you cry because of your guilt or because of your fear?
A guy named Gravson and his wife Ellen, they say they're here to see you.
How are you feeling, George? Ah, I see. Well, I'll just get straight to the point. Your restaurant chain. I want it. Come on. Daddy's gift is worth enough to keep you going.
That business, along with everything else, is mine.
We came here to bail you out. Your empire isn't crumbling, it's crumbled. Take the money and run while you can.
You are an invalid. You've got a trail of blood and guts of well-known pushers along the streets, and you're in tatters. We will be back tomorrow to finalise the arrangement.
Come and take a seat, Lisa.
But I haven't finished the room yet.
That can wait for a short while. Tell me, what's on your mind from day to day?
Not much. I just try to get everything done.
What about your family? Do you miss your mummy? Or your daddy? You don't need to worry. You're safer here with me. I've been learning a bit more about your family, especially your brother Stephen.
What?
His behaviour has not been good. He's been doing a lot of bad things, like the mindless thugs that beat me up. I'm glad that you're not part of that big, bad, dangerous world with men like that. Lisa, I'm going to make sure that men like your brother are not hurting other people. I'm going to keep other people safe, just like I keep you safe.
Why wasn't I told about these deaths?
I don't know. I thought you needed time to get better first.
Don't be such an idiot! My ignorance makes me look like even more of a fool!
Please, take a seat. I'm glad you've come to your senses. Here are the documents. I'll be back in a few moments.
The man that lives there, he's bad.
I want something from you. Everything, in fact. Your husband has all these contacts in 1 or 2 mystery factories with some naughty substances. So you're going to give me the addresses, locations, and anything else I need to know. I'm sorry. Maybe I wasn't making myself clear enough.
Please, I can get you what you need.
George, he's a dangerous man.
I know that. How do you know him?
I'm you, in a different situation of George's. You and I have been affected by his criminal mind and violent intent. Now the question is, what are you going to do about it?
About what?
The sinister way your brother has been left in a coma. A monster is on the loose and your family is being torn apart.
Who are you?
Someone who shares your desire for justice. If the police can't dish it out, who can?
Not me. My family are Christians. We can't combat violence with violence.
I see. So let the violent add to the violence. George will sweep you aside without a second thought. Surely that can't happen. Isn't the Bible full of people that God told to dish out his justice? You could be one of those warriors.
It doesn't work like that.
So tell me, how does it work?
I haven't got time for this. I need to go and find my family.
Good?
It's okay. He's my son. He's been assigned as an armed guard after all that's happened.
I'm so sorry, Dad. If I could turn back the clock, I would. I had no idea my actions would cause more pain. For Mark. Is he going to be okay?
I'm not sure. The doctors have said critical but stable. An armed guard has been assigned to be with him at all times. Listen, the devil will do everything that he can to pull you down, to take you away from Jesus, including focusing on the wrong things.
What?
Revenge. That isn't a word fit for a Christian. It's God's justice that we must seek, not a man-made justice built on revenge. I don't want you to try and settle any scores. Do you understand me?
Yeah.
We've been trusting Jesus from the day Lisa disappeared. He's the only reason we've been able to cope.
But don't you want more than just understanding?
Of course. I want to know what's happened. I want my little girl back. But God has worked out all things for good for those who love him. Remember that. God has destined us for greatness, no matter what. Jesus had to suffer, so must we. Even if we have to suffer together as a family. If we're united with Christ, what more can we ask for?
Pick it up. You're going to learn some respect around here, just like your confused brother.
What?
Thought that might grab your attention.
Don't get this. If it wasn't Gravison or Resnick who killed those kids, who has?
I have at least 3 new buyers coming my way this month, so I'm off my travels. I want you to search every home, every lowlife. Don't let anything slip you by. I want this area firmly in my pocket by the time I get back. Scotland is just going to be the start.
I'll be back in shortly.
Okay.
What are you doing here?
What do you think? George, that maniac's going to kill me, just like he tried to kill your brother and countless others. You know that the police can't stop him. Your whole family and all your friends could pay the ultimate price. Do you want that in your conscience?
No. Of course I don't.
I know that you're the only one capable of trying to sort George out. That's a new hangout of some of George's men.
Well, it's been a while.
Get your coat.
Hey! I'm not that easy. I'm a classy hooker.
And I thought you couldn't share me.
Well, it's your ability to be shared that could come in handy.
Oh, so now you approve of my lifestyle.
One step at a time, Ashlyn.
Is it still George?
Yeah, and we're looking at numbers that'll set us up for life. No more need for tartan or killing.
Well, except now, when we want to acquire these numbers.
Yeah, let's just call it our last hurrah.
The ambulance is coming, and your mum's on her way.
I can't work for you anymore. I can't. It's not worth the risk.
What's the worst that can happen?
George will kill me.
That'll be light relief compared to what I can do. Now get a cup of tea and relax. I'll see you tomorrow.
So, what happened this time?
This time, you make it sound like I attract trouble.
Well...
No.
Oh!
Well, I certainly wasn't coming here for that.
Hi, Bob. How's it going? There have been one or two unpleasant scenes of late, and I'm not talking about scraped knees or burst lips.
We want you to help us unravel the mysteries of these deaths.
Listen, I can't help you, and the reason is because I don't know who it is. I don't know how much that can help you.
It's funny that we were given a name, some guy called Drake, and the word on the street is he's been coming to Uncle Bob for his information.
Alright, yeah, There has been this random guy asking questions about you and George and Stephen. But I don't know who he is, okay? He's been paying me for information. That's all I know. I have no idea who he is. Honestly.
How are you?
Now wasn't a good time.
It seems like the perfect time. Did you keep that contact number? If you were adamant in your standpoint, then you wouldn't have that number.
It doesn't matter anyway. The police are involved.
What can they do? Even if they found George's men, they're not going to tell them anything. You are being very foolish.
I'm not being foolish. You seem to want this guy as much as anyone. You sort it.
I've tried. I can't. I don't have the criminal mind that you have.
I'm not a criminal.
Oh, but you are. A leopard can't change its spots. God accepts you as you are, and He'll want you to protect your family as much as anyone. Katie's suffered in the time it's taken you. Make a decision. Make the right decision.
We don't even have a license.
What are you doing here?
You knew I'd be back.
Now, Stephen, you said it yourself. You're no killer.
I'm protecting my family. Don't try me.
You think we're the ones who've been hassling your family? Don't you know, George?
Don't tell me George wasn't behind my brother's shooting.
Stephen, that was a while back. You're small time. We've moved on from your little corner now.
Tell him, Pete!
Tell me what? Who is he?
I think you need to have a look at these. It's pictures that we took. Pictures of his secret home. You know, I hope you're right about Stephen.
What do you mean, babe?
Oh, look, I've met my fair share of dodgers. But this guy Drake, he's completely insane.
Of course he's insane. He's been spoiling our parade. Now that's either stupid or insane. Hey, relax, will you? Leave Stephen to his domestic, and we'll focus on making cash. You'll have your pick of dresses. We'll go Milan, New York, Paris.
Oh, you know how to charm me, don't you?
What are we doing here?
I will not be beaten. I am a born winner. Don't think your violent family are going to arrive. If they come anywhere near, there's only one outcome. And as for you, you're not going to last much longer. I suggest you start saying your prayers, but say them to me. I am your God. Any fabricated nonsense that you were brainwashed with means nothing to you now. And it'll mean nothing to you when I decide to get rid of you. You're a skank. All the things you've done with me. All the things you've done to me. Pathetic. Disgusting. You're used goods. Perhaps I'll get something better. Someone prettier. Someone nicer. Someone pure.
So happy that Lisa might still be alive. But 5 years. Can't even imagine what she's been through.
Would you pray for us?
Of course.
Father, we draw near to you now to give you our praise, but also to ask for your strength at this time.
The guy, Drake, he's been convincing me to kill the people that shot Mark. He must be behind all the bad things that have been happening. And he's been playing with this whole family.
Well, I'm glad you didn't. Do you think we'll get her back?
We can. And we will.
I wonder what she's doing right now. Where she might be.
Hello, you here for your latest fix?
You know why I'm here.
Not really. If you can't keep a hold of the kiddie fiddler, then it's off to the police.
If it's off to the police, then you'll be on that list.
Don't be foolish, mate. Surely you know where threats like that get you.
I don't want the police. I want help to find my sister.
And why would I want to help you do that?
Because you want that guy too.
Okay. I've got a job for you.
No jobs.
No. Nothing like that. I need you to bring someone to me. Just a rival we want to scare. Nothing more.
Irina Petrescu,
Yes?
I've just witnessed you playing past the parcel. And what's more, it's given me a chance to use my new gadget.
Go on.
Let's go for a little journey to meet my friend, a fellow colleague under George Matheson. And he knows all about your dodgy deals.
Get in. So, who is it we are meeting here?
Was this your master plan? More sin to get the sinner? The criminal hierarchy amuses me, but not enough. It's too easy to catch out people like George, with bozos like Pete working for him, and also thugs like you.
I don't work for George.
The fact that you are here tells me otherwise. This is the result of mixing your morals. Anarchy. I like anarchy too. But the difference is I can manage it. It's what makes me special. Calm down. There'll be no fist fights tonight. Well, unless Lisa and I decide to have some fun. You are one of the living examples of Christianity in action. If anyone was stupid enough to believe in God, then one look at someone like you would put them off.
Yeah, and one look at Jesus would put them right back on again.
I could kill you right now, but there's no adventure in that. I want to squeeze every last drop out of you and your dismal family, just like I have done to baby Lisa. And when I have finished with all of you, the name of Jesus will be no more than a swear word. I can't even get you to fetch me a glass of water now. It's a good thing that I have a new job lined up for you.
What?
I've started dabbling in danger with drugs and potions. It's quite a scary world, and big, bad, ferocious men want money. But I don't have money. But I do have something valuable, a fresh, innocent virgin that will do nicely.
You can't do that. You can't do that to me!
Don't you ever tell me what I can and cannot do. I can do that.
Please, I'm begging you. I'll work extra hard, I promise. Please don't hand me over to people like that.
We wondered if you wanted to come to the prayer meeting.
That sounds great. Thanks.
How does it feel to be looking across at the man responsible for tearing your family apart?
I've got nothing to say to you. Absolutely nothing.
Really? Not even, how is my daughter? Where is my daughter? Why did you take my daughter? As evil as you may think that I am simply the villain in the play created by the dastardly author of this world, the author of good and evil, the living God. Do you believe that God is supreme and ruler of all?
Yes.
Then why has he subjected one of his faithful followers to a living hell on earth?
No, you have subjected us to such pain.
Of course, but I am speaking on a spiritual level here. God is the creator, the author of such love, like the love of a father to his innocent daughter, but also the author of such evil, like the abduction and torture of a sweet young girl. And when faced with such evil, where is God?
He's right here. If God can be with Jesus in his suffering and death for mankind, he can be with his people too, and he is.
Yes, you believe that God was there for Jesus. But why would God subject his own son to this madness? Does he want everyone to be miserable?
He had to, because he's a loving God. God isn't the evil author of sin. He's a saviour from sin because of Jesus. That's a love that runs deeper than any other, for me, for all of us.
If God is so supreme, why has it got to the stage where such an act is needed? Why have people like your lovely daughter had to face such evil?
Evil exists in this world, and people choose to be evil.
So if evil exists, has God lost control?
No, he has perfect control.
I'm not so sure if Lisa would agree.
Don't you dare say that.
Now, Ronald. Jesus never lost his temper. He said to love your enemies. Don't you love me?
Where's my daughter?
No. I have asked you a question. A stinging question. Christianity is for the good and the bad. Difficult questions cannot be ignored if you want to affirm your faith.
I've been praying constantly for a forgiving heart and a loving one. But of course I've struggled. My whole family has. God doesn't expect us to breeze along with smiley, happy faces.
But surely your anger must affect the way you relate to a God who has subjected you to so much grief.
This world's sin breaks God's heart, and that's why I know he wants the best for me. I can't understand everything of an infinite God using human logic.
You have spent the past 5 years living in complete darkness, and these past few days living in real hope and utter despair in the knowledge of what your daughter has faced. How can you say that God wants what's best for you?
I know he does. Hundreds of Christians are killed every year because they won't deny the name of Jesus, and many more suffer unimaginable pain, and we all stand together by the blood of Christ who knows our pain.
All right, let's get practical here, because such a theory of Christian unity hasn't always been the case for those who have suffered. If your daughter came before you and I began to undress her, undressing her as the tears run down her cheeks, then as she lies naked before you, I proceed to defile this innocent, sweet girl, not even because I enjoy it, because she is obviously uncooperative and rigid, but just to see the look on your face. Won't you ask God why? Why did this happen? How can such evil exist if you are a perfect, just God?
Only Jesus can give Christians strength and peace to deal with suffering like that.
You have endured the words of the devil, but can you endure his mighty right hand? The great God of love is preparing you for a storm. Will you come through stronger, or will you sink with the waves? A nerve-torn, faithless daughter is what you could face, or a beaten, bruised, murdered young girl. And in the storm, the danger that you may face could be great. It could be fatal.
Hey there.
Are you okay? Can I get a lift?
Go and get him. Go and get him.
I got your note.
We had to go somewhere else. Your dad had a visitor.
I just can't believe this. This guy must be completely unhinged.
Well, maybe, but he seems to be sure of what he's about. And he seems to be sure that Christianity is his enemy.
That's why we're here. We don't know where else to turn. My boy's lying in a coma, away from his family. And my little girl?
I know. And I haven't even told David yet either.
Listen, guys, I did some hunting for Lisa. I saw Drake too. I think he started killing people that I used to work with, including a guy called Pete. I get a similar impression, Dad. I think he's out to ruin us.
She's a sweet wee thing, isn't she?
Mm-hmm. She certainly is a valuable prize.
Treat this as a lesson. Outside this room, bad. Me, good. If you can grasp that simple equation, it will not be too difficult to learn some respect. Well, what do you say?
Thank you.
It's been a long day. Make me a sandwich.
Can't sleep.
Do you remember when we were younger? I used to take my older brother Tag very seriously. At school when I got into fights with boys who were hassling you. And with Lisa I was worse. Because she was much younger and she had that sweet bubbly side, I always said to her, if anyone gives you a hassle, come to me and I'll sort it. I'd give anything just to see her again and hold her in my arms.
She's still alive, and we'll keep fighting.
What are you doing here?
I had to come. I had nowhere else.
What's going on?
This is Ashlyn, Pete's girlfriend.
What's she doing here?
She. I have a name. And I'm here for the same reason you are. I want to get the guy that killed the man I loved. George doesn't want any of it. But I don't trust him either.
Listen, we're working with the police. I've caused enough trouble.
Don't be so naive. You know that's not going to happen. You should want Drake more than anyone.
We don't want Drake. We want Lisa.
Stephen, please. I know a few guys that's working for Drake right now. One's a client. And I know we can track him down.
We don't want to kill him.
If we find Drake, we find your sister.
Okay, let's go.
What?
I'll come with you.
Katie, don't be so stupid.
You stay with Dad.
You could get yourself killed.
I know, but we don't have any other options.
Okay, Ashlyn's inside. I'll give you the signal when everything's secure.
Okay, be careful.
We have a solid lead.
What about the American?
She's dead. We have to go. Now.
Get lost.
Does Stephen really think we'll find Drake in there?
It's the only lead we've got.
What? Katie, what's wrong?
He says that Drake hasn't arrived, but some other guys have.
I better go check. I'll call if there's anything.
It's gone.
What? It was only put here last night.
Do you think he's already been here?
Hello again.
Where's Lisa?
She's so sweet, peaceful, innocent. This young girl seems frightened. Why? Because she is confused. I have offered her years of reality and stability. But with years of brainwashing by a fundamental family of God-hopers, her mind is somewhat mixed up. And I want you to rectify that situation right here, right now.
I don't know what you mean.
Tell her that God isn't real. Tell her that Jesus isn't God. Tell her that she has been brought up with a lie.
Tonight, no one gets away. Not you, not Drake. You want to prolong your life. You tell me where Drake is. If
If I knew where Drake was, I'd have my sister back.
Oh! Say it! Out loud! God isn't real. My faith is false. Simple enough words. If you don't, what's it going to be?
No, please.
Oh, no, find your sister. She's dead too.
Everyone has their weakness. Yours was your misplaced arrogance. You didn't know mine. You were never going to beat me.
What happened?
I'm okay. Where's Dad? We'll need to go and look for him.
I saw Lisa. He said I had to deny Jesus or he'd...
Where's Lisa now?
He touched her.
I know where he'll be headed. Drake didn't want to find George to work with him. He wanted to replace him.
Well, I don't know who you are, but this is all fairly impressive. Where's George now?
Dead. You don't think I didn't do my homework, Mr. Vasquez?
I'm sorry.
That young virgin there, she's just exactly what you'd like to bring into your family chain. Someone frightened, easy, submissive.
Who do you think you're talking to?
A well-dressed crook.
How dare you ruin a planned arrangement with a business associate and insult a man of my stature?
Insult you? I thought you wanted to liaise with the lowlifes of this world. Why are you getting so upset? You can have the girl and keep the folder. All I ask for is a nice slice of involvement in your future projects. Come on, it's not every day a British girl is offered to you. Don't you want the virgin?
No, we do.
This is turning into a circus.
We don't want any trouble. We just want our daughter back.